Hello friends, Youb here. Welcome to a Torchless Darkest Dungeon. This is something I've been playing on stream a little bit, on YouTube, so VODs are available on YouTube. However, my internet connection is like 100% screwed at the moment, because I've just moved house, and they are testing the line for a couple of weeks, which means, you know, testing to see how much they can get away with shafting me on my connection speed. But hopefully that'll quiet down in a little while. What is this little blue and grey icon up here? I don't know if you guys can see that. I assume you can. What's going on with that? What are you? What are you, please? What are you? Anyway, we were streaming a couple of days ago, and the internet just completely went. So I was like, you know what? I can't deal with it cutting out every 10 minutes. So I'm just gonna do some stuff offline instead. I'd rather be streaming, if I'm honest. But sometimes it's nice just to do some stuff on your own as well. So we are starting, I was going to say halfway through a dungeon. This is an explore 90%, so we're very much at the beginning. It's a medium dungeon. There is like a VOD that's less than quarter of an hour, if you want to go and see what led to this. But to be honest, you're not missing much. It's mostly just me being very annoyed at my internet connection. Sure, I will inspiring tune, I suppose. I brought along a jester. Not super versed in what jesters are good at, or even really competent at. I thought, you know what? It's a good time to check it out. Good time to check it out. Oh shit! This coffee's so hot. This coffee's so hot I can't even hold it in my hand. My left hand was burning, and my right hand was trying to play Darkest Dungeon, and I'm not very good at dealing with either of those things. What are you? You are herbs, and you give me a damage buff, I believe. Yeah, I would like that on Dismas. Damage buff? Damage buff? Damage buff. 30% damage until camp. So for those of you who haven't seen the stream VODs on YouTube, you can go back and watch those if you like. But I'm essentially playing a pseudo-Torchless run, not a true Torchless run. As you can tell, we have a torch. However, I'm not allowed to buy torches. I can gather them, which was handy in the there we go, in the last fight where I essentially peer pressured myself into fighting a shambler, which went very well. Spoilers. And we can do things like tactically camp, so that we can maximize the amount of torchlight we have. I do want to kill the drummer. I think it's got to be the #1 priority, right? It's got to be the #1 priority. I do want to bleed you guys. You do have quite a bit of bleed resistance, though. Is it worth it? A 40% chance to bleed each of them? So what's that, like a 60% chance to bleed one of them, give or take? 65, 70? I don't know the formula for that. I mean, I don't not want to do it. It seems a little underwhelming. Inspiring Tune is probably just the right choice, though. Inspiring Tune seems like it's probably usually the right choice, to be honest. It does seem very, very strong. And yeah, the Torchless run's been going quite well so far, I want to say. I'm sure we must have lost someone. Did we? Yeah, we lost a Plague Doctor very early on. Laws. May she rest in peace. Good old Laws. Point blank shot is, oh yeah, guaranteed to kill it if it hits. Lovely. I forgot about his damage buff. Excellent. Yes, apologies for starting midway through a dungeon, but what you're gonna do? It was basically either that or just do the entire dungeon off camera. And I don't want to play anything in this off camera, because that's how you get people accusing you of cheating, and reasonably so. Although honestly, pretty low stakes, guys. Come on. I mean, I can slice off. It doesn't do very much. It's half his health, right? Oh, well, okay. Apparently not. Apparently it's like almost, or just over a quarter of his health. Bit of stress. I did want to kill the swine drummer. I'm actually pretty bad at killing the back line. I'm just going to do this. Yeah. I think it's a solid choice overall. Picture the face move her forward now? No, did I? How did she end up going forward? She didn't. Diz must move back. Disregard. Sure, yeah. Knew I brought Toxin Trickery for a reason. So I didn't have a better skill. That's because I didn't have a better skill. 19 crit. Wonderful. We do need to come down here. No, we don't. We don't need to come down here. We don't. We can avoid coming down here if we go to every other room except this one. Oh, what was the curio? I missed the curio. I've been at work all day. This is going to be a running theme. Eldritch Altar. I might ignore the Eldritch Altar. It's going to be a running theme that I only record when I've been at work all day and I come home and I'm tired because I've been at work all day. Hopefully they won't all be like that. I am off work next week, so planning to sort out my streaming setup and get a lot of recording in as well. Hopefully. A little bit light on shovels at this point, Dismas. We might tactically camp here. I know it kind of wastes Dismas's buff, but our Grave Robber's in a bit of trouble, our Jester's in a bit of trouble stress-wise. And we could really do with the scouting. We'll go here. We'll go here and then we'll camp. We'll go to the 3 o'clock position. This is not good. I'm out of torches already. Out of shovels already. That's pretty not great. This is fine. I can deal with 2 more hunger checks. Okay, we'll camp here. There might be a fight, of course. We don't know. There is not. Okay, I'll camp. I'm happy to camp here. We'll eat for 8. We always eat for 8. Bandit sense is pretty good, especially in torchless runs or you know, dark runs. And I'm sort of trying to reacquaint myself with this game in general and also with camping skills specifically. Do we have anyone who's diseased? No, we never have a disease when we have Snuffbox. It's just unheard of. Every rose has its thorn is nice, actually. Turn back time is fine. Nah, turn back time is actually pretty good. And Vestal camping skills basically suck. We'll take night moves. Night moves for the scouting chance is lovely. Does anyone have wound care apart from... Yeah, there we go. I'll take every rose has its thorn. It strikes me as being, like, very good. A random supply item? Herbs? It's not what I was hoping for. I was, of course, hoping for a shovel. But we'll rest here. We're not going to get ambushed. Which is nice. Are we going to scout? I think we do get a second scouting chance after the camp. Apparently not. But we'll come down here. Holy water. No, dude. Holy water? Disregard. The loot has not been killing it this run. But you know what? I'm only 8 minutes in. I can maybe afford to cool it on that a little bit. No scout though, really? Okay. Okay. I don't make the rules. It's not bad. We haven't really been low light very much. Oh, now we've surprised them. This is the perfect time to snuff the short chat. More crit chance? More crit chance, though. My hair's really annoying me. I've just washed it, if you can't tell. More crit chance. Yeah, we should kill them, hopefully, before they get the chance to do very much. Beat it, though. Okay. And, of course, we get more loot. Although I think that... I think loot is rolled after the fight. Based on the torch level after the fight. I could be wrong. Strong. Strong choice. There's the shovel. This changes everything. You simply love to see it. I have no shame. Let's scout a secret room. We scouted. We need to go both of these directions. That's fine. Trappers on 70. YOLO. He's done it. Stress relief on the only character that needs it. This is a bandage, which I do not have. I'm pretty sure it's a bandage. Seems quite bandagey, you know? Got bandage energy. Got Gauze vibes. I need the coffee. Inspiring tune? I mean, I guess. An inspiring tune himself. I really don't want to lose a Grave Robber. Grave Robber is one of my favourite classes. Could maybe be persuaded to call it my favourite class, along with Plague Doctor. Occultist is also pretty good. Specifically in the Darkest Dungeon itself, as well as the Cove. Highwayman, just pure DPS, love it. It's mostly the frontline melee fighters that underwhelm me. In most video games, but especially Darkest Dungeon, like obviously Leper is a total meme. Man-at-Arms is like very, very good, but I don't really give him a fair shake. Bounty Hunter is maybe my least favorite class. I'm not a huge fan of the marking synergy, although I know it's very strong. And Crusader is, again, kind of a meme, but is also good as well, I think. That was pretty nice. Yeah, that won us the fight. I mean, we would have won anyway. Should have lowered the torch. Should have lowered the torch. We got another scout. He's done it. That was clutch AF, as the Zoomers say, on TikTok, I believe it's called. You heard of this site? TikTok. It's like what YouTube was like 15 years ago, but like, I don't know. I know what's different about TikTok. Sell me on TikTok in the comments. I've never used it because I'm 30. Yeah. No good choices there, really. I feel like TikTok allows you to, I mean, from what I've seen, it seems to allow you to apply like filters and effects like kind of on the fly. Which is not new, but I assume it does it better than most other platforms that do it. And I'm just going on what I've seen and what I see from my Zoomer co-workers who keep showing me TikToks that would maybe 10 years ago have been described as totes hilaire. But probably not. I don't get it, man. I'm too old. I always swore it would never happen to me. I forgot the secret room counts as a room for the purposes of quest completion. That's quite funny. I nearly didn't use a key. You must use a key. Barristan's Head. It's not the best one. It's not the best one, but these, that's 7,000 gold right there. Barristan's Head sells for quite a bit as well, I think. But I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it. Yeah, there's no reason to come here. We're just going to go. We're just going to go back to town. That was a success. A resounding success. 24 crests. 17,000 gold. 5 deeds. Only 5 deeds, really. Crests are nice. I mean, the poisoned herb is pretty good as well. It is for my favorite class. One of my favorite classes. Zoophobia. It's not great. Luminous is very, very strong, though. Curious is catastrophic. Curious is just straight up trash. Sorry.
In time, you will know the tragic extent.
Godard gambled and won a trinket, Damage Stone. So good? Well, almost no one has any significant stress now, which is good. Got a very nice amount of gold. Okay, a Vestal and a Cultist. Oh, a Houndmaster! Houndmaster is my favorite class. along with Plague Doctor, Grave Robber, and Occultist. Honestly, that team would be, like, pretty bad. Not terrible, but pretty bad. You generally don't want to take Blight classes and Bleed classes to the same place. Because in the Warrens and the Weald, it's impossible to Blight things. And in the Cove and the Ruins, it's impossible to Bleed things. You want to increase the hero barrack size. That's not a slur, I swear. 16 deeds is maybe excessive. I think I would rather drop some less useful heroes and take a couple of these. Because I really kind of want to rush to experienced recruits. It's super strong. So I think I'm going to drop Turnai. I think I'm going to drop Cusson. Although that's like actually just not bad. Maybe I keep Cusson for now. Maybe I'll drop Braund. Yeah, no, that's much better to drop him.
The task ahead is terrible, and weakness cannot be tolerated.
I want to say I already have enough Vestals. I've got a level 3, a level 2, and a level 1. Occultists. Did we have an Occultist? Did our Occultist die? I'm sure we had one at some point. Houndmaster. We have a Houndmaster. Yeah, we took him to the Ruins and it was trash. I will take an Occultist.
To fight the abyss, one must know it.
And a Houndmaster, let's go. Let's go. Because I'm British, we don't say let's go. Shall we? We must vacate the premises immediately. Alright, where are we going next? We're gonna want to do a couple more in this video. So, we're looking specifically at trinkets. Heirlooms are kind of secondary, but when you see a good trinket, you really want to take it. Are we seeing a good trinket? I mean, not really. Bleed Amulet's not terrible. In the right place. Excuse me, apologies if you can hear me drinking. But yeah, you go to the Ruins. No, that sucks as well. No, because the Warrens and the Wheel both blight the shit out of you. And they're the only places you want to use Bleed. Okay, it's not as good as I initially suspected. Do we have any level 3s? Yeah, we have 2, so we can't really do medium missions yet. We could take another Poisoned Herb. I'm not really seeing a good reason why not. Gambler's Charm isn't bad. Did we go for the Wealds? The exploration mission. The old road is obscured by the corrupted, poisoned overgrowth. Explore and return with a full description of every side path you visit. Okay. Why would there be side paths on the old road? I don't know. I know it's flavor text. But, like, canonically, like, and maybe I'm getting a little bit into this, but the old road is like a metaphor for the passage of time, right? It's a straight line. Because all of these characters from all of these different timelines are converging in one place which sort of exists outside of it. That's my understanding. I don't know. And the saying "you will arrive along the old road" is about the inevitability of our own deaths, in my opinion. That's probably not canon, but I like it. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting way too into it. Shall we go? Shall we go? Shall we go to the Weald? 5 Deeds has swung it for me. Let's go to the Weald. It should be an okay trip. We take a Grave Robber basically everywhere except the Cove, I think. Maybe even the Cove as well, now that Pick to the Face is armor piercing. That might be good enough to swing a Grave Robber in the Cove. Things do bleed. Should we take Godar? He's only been out once, bless him. He's only been out once, and it didn't end too well for him. Like, barely survived. I'm going to take Bachelet. This is a very classic kind of lineup, by the way. You've got the 2 squishy-ish DPS in the middle, healer in the back, and we're going to have like a melee dude up front. I'm going to take Reynald. We could say Grenol. I mean, I'm kind of struggling to see a good reason to, apart from it gets him to level 3. Which is a good reason in itself, to be fair. But would I rather push, like, this this bounty hunter to level 2? Maybe? I feel like the Weald is the place where you don't care as much about shuffling things. I could be mistaken, but it feels like shuffling isn't quite as important in the Weald. I don't really know what I'm basing that on. Like a reasonable amount of experience at this game, but it's just intuition. So it could be way off base. Do we drop? No, I don't want to take Mark for Death. We do have some Mark synergy, by the way. We really do. So maybe I do take Mark for Death. We drop Flashbang because our Vestal can stun. Okay, we can mark some things here. I think this is a fine assortment of skills for the Bounty Hunter. Houndmaster definitely wants Hound's Rush. That's the mark synergy. Hound's Harry is also pretty good. Blackjack is great if we're keeping him in rank 2. Guard Dog, I think I would rather have Target Whistle. Yeah, I would definitely rather have Target Whistle because lowering protection is huge. I believe the Bounty Hunter lowers dodge. Oh no, it does lower prot. Not quite as much, but it also increases his speed, which is nice. 6-1, kinda. Thrown Dagger is the mark synergy. It's not as good. This is, like, pretty nice, though. I kind of like this setup, but I do want Pick to the Face instead of Flashing Daggers. That's what I want to change. There we go, and we will make a concerted effort to actually remember to upgrade our skills. We can afford it. I don't want to be stingy on the skill upgradation. It's not anything. And yeah, like 100%. We'll upgrade all of these. And the blacksmith as well. Can we maybe upgrade? Excuse me, hi, I'm you. Hello friends, welcome to Darkest Dungeon. I've forgotten how to speak. We do want to upgrade Instructor Mastery. I don't think it's super useful yet. It requires level 2. It's not. We have that. Is basically the point I'm getting at. Yes, I will do it.
Every creature has a
Crests, you can pick them up anywhere. Portraits are. Portraits at this point, the guild is the best place to use them. The blacksmith works on deeds. So, while we do want to get this stuff, we can't quite. Well, no, actually, that's not true. We actually can yet, and will, in fact, get one of them. Yeah, I really want to upgrade all of these as soon as possible to get experienced recruits in the stagecoach, which gives you recruits of level 1 and above occasionally. I will take armor smithing over weaponsmithing most of the time.
Every plan relies
most of the
upon a
time.
strong arm and tempered steel.
Grave Robber is maybe one of the exceptions to that. But that's okay. We wanted both anyway. So I do want to upgrade this and this. I don't think I want to upgrade Shadow Fade just yet. Thrown Dagger, sure. We still have over 60,000 gold. We're going on a medium mission. Scout ahead is gorgeous. Godar. Hound's Watch is really nice. Yeah, I will take it. Yep. Yep, no question. No question at all. Hound's Watch is lovely. So good. Look at this. 3 time cost, 25% scouting chance for 4 battles. 4 time cost, 30% scouting chance for 4 battles. I'm not seeing it, Godar. I'm not seeing what you're bringing to the table here, buddy. I guess you do often end up with 1 time cost left over. It seems quite niche, though. Grave Robber camping skills. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of them generally. Time cost 2, 20% scouting chance for 4 battles. Well, hand me a knife and fork. I'm about to eat my words. I'll take Encourage, though. And Vestal, I get You know, it's is what it is. We were going to the Weald. We were going to sort out our Plague Doctor. Ariston's Head. We don't have a stress reliever. Not a dedicated one. Not really any one. You know, we'll start with the basics. The Chirurgeon's Charm is super important. Protection Stone's good. I like Protection Stone. Ancestor's Tentacle Idol is like straight up great. Just in general. It does get outclassed a bit later on. Sorry, I'm hearing some noises coming from outside the room. I'm not sure if it's a cat or if it's someone else. I just had to make sure there wasn't a cat in the room scratching to get out. I didn't think there was, but it would be awful, right? So we have 3 slots. The Ancestor's Tentacle Idol we do want on probably our tanky, or our least tanky character, sorry, which is the Houndmaster by quite a long way. Might as well. 8% death blow resist. I mean, 1 time in 12. That's gonna be the difference between life and death, right? It's not actually quite right, but for simplicity's sake, it's not far off. Bernier. Could just take a Speed Stone. We would like him to be able to mark things. We don't really mind who marks it, but the Bounty Hunter I think is better when things aren't already marked, and the Houndmaster struggles a little bit. He would rather things were already marked when it comes around to him. So what does our Grave Robber take him? We could take the Survival Guide. Or the Protection Stone I think is really our only other option. I'm not too worried about dying. I think I would rather be greedy and go for the extra scouting chance, try and get a secret room, try and get a whole bunch more stuff that we can kind of use to steamroll a little bit. So it's kind of a shame that I don't have chat here, because I'm not streaming, to remind me to use the dog treats. But I'm sure we will. You know what? You've got to give yourself room to surprise yourself, you know? Trust your future self to take care of things, so that your present self doesn't have to worry about it. Sounds like wisdom, but really it just caused me to buy 2 holy water for the wield, so clearly not doing great things there. Beware the mark of death that fungal artillery can put on you. Baby, today I'm the fungal artillery. How do you feel about that?
Now they are as twisted as my own ambitions.
Alright. We do need to come here. There's no 2 ways about it. We don't need to go all the way. But this is the thing with the wield. This is bandages? Oh, I'm a boy! Yes, but you're wrapped in bandages. I need to use bandages to get the gold out of your bandages. Don't question it. It's the thing with the wield. A lot of people don't realize that, I'm not saying this is like some arcane knowledge that only I have, but a lot of people don't realize that different zones in the game have different kind of layouts. So the wield is like, usually it's a path like this, which is just really long and linear, that you kind of get put halfway across, which is really annoying sometimes. Whereas the ruins is like densely interconnected. And the Warrens and Cove, I believe, are just kind of somewhere in between. They may have their own idiosyncrasies I don't know about, but they are less linear than the Wield and more linear than the ruins, in general. So we have to come here. Hopefully we get a scout here, and then we can decide whether we want to go here, or if we want to take a chance on having to come up here. Which is why I haven't lowered the torch, even though I really want to. Okay, no, this is good, this is good. This is pretty rough if they get the jump on you. How good are you in rank 3? Yeah, pretty good. You can't use Blackjack. Well, Blackjack is pretty good. Good crit. I don't want to worry about marking at this point. They are human. I want to use Hound's Harry next turn. We should get 2 full turns pretty much on these guys before they get an actual chance to act. Oh no, they're not stunned. What am I talking about? They're just surprised. Well, that's okay. They're about to be stunned. Okay. Disregard. Okay. They might as well have been stunned. That's what I took from that. Is it correct? No, not really. but it feels correct, and that's the important thing. It's good enough for most people. Good enough for me most of the time, you know? You are not yet dead. It's greedy, but I think I'm going to hit rank 1 because our Vestal's going to get a clear shot on rank 2. And she will do less damage, but still should be enough to kill it. Yeah. So you managed to claw a couple of extra damage on rank 1 with that play. It was okay.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Darkest Dungeon is all about those little kind of incremental plays. And often it doesn't become apparent that, you know, the reason that you die isn't necessarily immediately apparent. It just looks like you didn't have a shot because the enemy just hit you for like 3 13s. But actually you had the opportunity to just completely negate or nullify that situation with stuns or like more cautious healing or like burst DPS earlier on. And you missed that chance, and then you're punished for it like 4 rounds later. And that can be a frustrating playstyle. But it's also the kind of really the only way that a game like this can punish you. So it's an interesting one. There is obviously a lot of luck in the game as well. I'm not trying to say that that the game never pulls a fast one on you and just completely murders you for no reason. But the game is like very consistently beatable with perfect play, or even like near perfect play. There's plenty of people on YouTube and Twitch who can get through the entire game like consistently without suffering any deaths at all. So when people complain about the game being like super unfair, it's difficult, but it's not unfair, in my opinion. And I'm not one of those people, by the way. I am nowhere near as good as they are. If you're new to the channel, I have kind of a head for strategy, and I'm like passively good at mental arithmetic. But this game needs more than that to be like consistently great at. We'll take another bandages, yeah. I don't know, maybe I haven't got a good head for strategy. You don't know what you don't know, right? This is a glimpse of what we could have faced in the last episode, where we actually beat the Shambler pretty handily, although a level 1 Shambler is not the greatest challenge in the game. Just completely forgot how to discard items from my inventory twice there. Tried to right-click it. That's not a thing in any game. And then tried to drag it out of my inventory like it's Path of Exile or Diablo, you know, or Grim Dawn, or Last Epoch, or Vulcan, or you know, any other action RPG. Name another action RPG. Do it. You can't. Yeah, I mean, there's like Titan Quest and all of the other Diablo games, and you know. There are other action RPGs, but you think action RPG, you think Diablo 3, Path of Exile, Grim Dawn, right? Like I'm not mistaken. Sorry, we're way off topic here. I would like a shot at killing these. What's the chance to kill on these? Just eyeballing it. About 40%. Nice. Can't stun rank 3. Not with a bounty hunter in any case. Just gonna kind of... I might have to do this. Chance to kill on this is like 5%. It's more than that, not by very much. Yeah. Someone left a comment on my Darkest Dungeon newbie guide this morning. It's a comment that's been left before, but I never really thought to pin my response to it until today. But I pinned my response to it explaining how I worked out kind of a chance to kill on any given hit. So I spent a while thinking about that this morning, and now I don't know, I can't get that out of my head. I'm like, right, we have to work out the chance to kill on every single thing here, right? It's 0%, right? Got it. Next one. Oh, it's still 0%. Okay. Am I gonna mark this? I'm gonna mark it. Yeah, it lowers its protection as well. Oh, well, okay, it attempts to lower its protection. I will kill this. I know they cytokinese and make more of them, but... not the end of the world. That sucks. Do I want to heal, or do I want to... I mean, I can't stun, really. I'm going to heal my Houndmaster. It's armor piercing. It's like not bad. Shadow Fade. I would rather kill it. It's quite scary. It's quite scary. Sure, we might as well just do a shitload of damage. 27. Wonderful. If you cytokinese, I don't know what, I'm going to be angry. You won't like me when I'm angry. Okay, that's fine. Sure. Speed is 1. I think we can probably afford to take a turn there to heal. That's fine. It's fine. That was pretty good. Those guys are not necessarily easy. Certainly not like a guaranteed win. Well, I mean... I'm being hyperbolic. They literally are a guaranteed win, but... Oh, we got a scout there. I clicked past it. Alright, well, good to know, good to know. We have these, we have the dog treats. Okay, not bad. Good scout. Good scout. It's a scout. Not a full scout. I thought it might be a full scout. I love the sound design in this game. You can't hear it because I'm blabbering on top of it like a bloody YouTuber, but it's wonderful. The way everything gets subtly more intense as the torchlight goes down is glorious. Stuart Chatwood is one of the most underrated video game composers, in my opinion. In a field so full of incredible talent, Stuart Chatwood really shines for this game. This is fine. This is fine. Well, these guys are beasts, right? I would certainly freaking hope they're classed as beasts. Probably could have gone for the other one. It's not going to make much difference in the grand scheme of things, and we do get to Divine Comfort here, which is nice. Keep everyone reasonably topped up. Not a bad crit. Not a bad crit at all. Sorry, I'm doing the British thing. With me glottal stops. Alright. Not really bothered about you. Yeah. This piece actually right here is what convinced me to run a Darkest Dungeon themed Dungeons and Dragons game. Really, really evocative text. Absolutely glorious. And I was, I do remember this is the text that made me think, fuck, this would be incredible to put in a D&D game. And then my players just immediately befriended the swine and killed the ancestor. And I was like, well, you know what? It's D&D. You're valid. I do want the emerald. I don't care about the citron. What do I want the emerald for? I mean, anti-venom, I guess. We will camp here. We have a bandage? We have no bandage. We have no bandage. We'll camp here so that we can get some inventory space, really, more than anything.
A moment of respite. A chance
okay, and some scouting, yes. So, I'll take night moves. I'll take Hound's Watch. Or, no, do I want to take Scout Ahead? Or do I want to take something else? I think I want to take Scout Ahead. It's close. Yeah, we take Therapy Dog, we take Scout Ahead. That was a very productive rest, I think. Apologies for bumping the mic there.
And purpose is made clear.
We have spades, right? Yeah, this is the first obstacle we've encountered. Second, we have spades. Yes, we have spades.
The darkness holds much worse than mere trickery and boogeymen.
I think it's just trickery and boogeymen, actually. Like, I think it's just that, right? Like, yeah, I mean, there's like all the Eldritch Lovecraftian stuff later on, but apart from that, you just want to pick this to the face? I believe so. Yeah, I think it's best if we just kill that one thing rather than worry about nuking everything down. Yeah, it's dead now, that's fine. Yeah, you can mark me, that's fine. See, it's marking me because it thinks that the guy that can kill me when I'm marked is still alive. In a very real way. I played the game. And in another very real way.
Grievous injury. How could you fear?
Okay, well, this guy's a human. No, there's no like tribe tag on that. That's fine. Oh, there is on this, is what I'm thinking of. Well, I guess I'm gonna kill the dog then.
Give them no quarter.
Doesn't feel great.
Exposed to a killing blow.
Yeah, that's also very much not ideal. We don't even have toxin trickery. Arse. Alright. I think we're just gonna tank through it. Yeah, so now they're just gonna kind of shuffle back past each other. It's not gonna do much. Hopefully. These fights can turn into a little bit of a slog, but honestly, it's because they're not that difficult. You just kind of keep going until you win. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Yeah, that's a fair bit of blight, but it's not the end of the world, you know. And look at that, we kept going, and then we won.
Remind yourself.
Good scout.
Overconfidence is
Good scout. Glorious.
secrets and wonders can be found in the most tenebrous corners of this place.
As someone who made YouTube videos for quite a while, a couple of years back, and just got back into it recently, I have to say it's like, and who only just kind of started streaming really at all, it's actually crazy to me how different a vibe it is when there's people there as opposed to when there's people not. Like when there's people not there, I just kind of feel like I'm screaming into the void, and it's kind of peaceful in its own way. But I do enjoy interacting with chat and chatting with you guys while I'm playing, because you can remind me to use the dog treats, really, apart from anything else. I think we drop the emerald and take a trapezohedron. This is nothing specific. No, this is nothing special. You could find this anywhere. Okay. We may not. We actually don't have any fights left to use the dog treats in. Been too caught up talking about like game design from the perspective of someone who doesn't know anything about game design and like what is the true meaning of Darkest Dungeon? What is the Darkest Dungeon itself, really? What does it represent? It represents the boundary between game and player. But yeah, I think that's actually it, right? Well, you know what? We're gonna keep going. Yeah, there's nothing for me here. I'm gonna do it anyway because I need to use the dog treats. In before we fight the Shambler. Really could happen though. Like it really just could happen though. Okay, no Shambler here. No Shambler here. Great, that's the only real threat. Gone. I'm gonna keep us topped off in case we do fight the Shambler. It's impossible to use the dog treats in Darkest Dungeon. Remember earlier when I was like, yes, I've got a good head for strategy. Well, evidence suggests perhaps the contrary. You have some protection. I guess I will mark you. You have, yeah, some debuff resist, but that's okay. He's done it. You didn't see nothing. No one's ever seen anything. I know, it surprised me too. He's at 14. It sucks. Yeah, I forgot they can just make more of each other. It's kind of gross, dude. That was a misclick. It's not what I would have done. It's not a million miles away, though. Just kind of carelessly flopped my hand down on my mouse. Ooh, okay. More ectoplasms. We do need to kill the little guys. Like, certainly. Weirdly, they don't have a huge amount of bleed resist. Like, they've got some. But for things with no blood, the game is pretty insistent that things with no blood don't bleed. I'm not seeing too much blood in these guys. These are gelatinous cubes. Sure. Need to kill the little guys. I'm sorry. I wish I didn't. But I mean, this is not a fight we lose. This is a fight that might take a while to win, but it's not a fight that we lose. Probably. I don't know. Everyone's pretty worried about it. There we go.
The greater the glory.
Now we just need to murder these guys, and we are golden. Okay, well that's fine. We can deal with that. Healing's really nice as well. And might I say, I think the Torchless run is actually going quite well. I'm only basing that on my own standards for how I thought it was going to go. But I did think it was going to be more difficult so far. Obviously, we're very early days at the moment. We haven't even done a medium dungeon yet, but I do think, I am of the opinion that the first half dozen dungeons you do in Darkest Dungeon are some of the most difficult until the Darkest Dungeon itself. Not counting the Crimson Court, because that's like not for beginners. That's the thing I always tell people when they first start Darkest Dungeon is, hey, if you can get through the first few dungeons, you are going to be good, like for a while at least. Because your party are like all level 1 and 0, you don't have upgrades, you don't have trinkets, you ain't got shit. And the game doesn't really account for that, which is good because it does give you a sense of progression. As that was a garbage move. It gives you a sense of progression as you accumulate resources. It really does feel like you're getting more powerful. And then you start doing level 3 dungeons, and it just comes crashing down again. You get kind of a new baseline to work up from, which is nice. It's a good way to keep the players hooked from a designer's perspective. Your players need to feel like they're making progress, but the game can't get too easy based on that. So you give your players upgrades, and they for a few hours they feel like they're crushing things, and they feel good because they worked for those upgrades. And then when they reach a certain level, the floor just rises up to meet them, and they're like, oh shit, this game's difficult again. But I know what I need to do to get upgrades to make it easier again, and I know that it's possible because I've done it before. That virtue, by the way, was clutch AF. We did not need to be here. Alright, you win this time, dog treats. You win this time. I'm not continuing. It's not going to be another secret room, you only ever get one. Okay. I'm going to head back. That was...
Every cleared path reduces the isolation of our troubled estate.
Over 26,000 gold, 13 deeds, 12 crests, and a nice little trinket. Well, I already have one of them, but that's okay. Nervous Bleeder, I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Tough is lovely. Antsy kind of sucks, yeah. Deviant Tastes is lewd. Wheeled Adventure is great. The Worries is very bad, and it's because it's on my favourite class, one of my 9 favourite classes, I'm going to have to treat that immediately. I don't usually treat diseases. Oh, you know what? It's a Grave Robber. We can just wait till she does a medium mission and get rid of the disease that way. That's okay. Ruins Explorer is very good. Yeah, that was a kind of a thoughtful episode. I guess I chatted about some stuff that I'm interested in the design of Darkest Dungeon. I think it's a masterpiece, and I'm kind of starting to find the words for why I think that. But yeah, no, I hope you enjoyed watching. Again, I would probably rather be streaming, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching anyway, and hopefully we will be back to streaming in the near future. And yeah, I will see you next time.